Definitely your first 10 words are more important than your next 10,000. The future of the automobile industry will be decided upon at the point of contact. That's the future of America's greatest and mightiest industry. Now, where is the future of that industry going to be decided? Where do you say? At the point of contact. Dean, where is the point of contact? When you first greet the prospect. Now, why is the first 10 words more important than the next 10,000? Why is words so critical? First impression? Look at this. To my knowledge, there's no way to go back and make a second good first impression. There's just no way to do it. Now watch this. First 10 words. If you walk over to a consumer and you say, could I help you? What could he say back, Mark? No, I'm just looking. I don't need your help. You ever heard any of those? So what does the salesperson normally say to him when he walks out to greet him? What can I do for you? That's probably right to a certain degree. What else do they say? Can I help you? I mean, see, that is non-professional. Would you agree some of those introductions, some of those first 10 words could totally destroy feelings in a consumer? Years ago, I used to teach that. I was wrong. There's a better way. You see, when you're exposed to something new and you've never used it, what do we have a tendency to do? Stay away from it. Why? Fear.
You know, your first 10 words are more important than your next 10,000. When Jackie said that, he was quoting one of the other sales greats, Elmer Wheeler, and he was quoting word for word what Elmer Wheeler said first in the 1920s.
Your first 10 words are more important than your next 10,000. In fact, if your first 10 words aren't the right words, you won't have a chance to use the next 10,000.
Here's a great first 10 words for you. Welcome, what can I get you a price on today? They laugh, and then they tell you what they're looking for. Well, I know many of you will scoff and ridicule such a greeting, but this is what Jackie Cooper has to say about that.
Two people won't change. Fool a dead man.
Every customer that we greet has already made 3 of the 5 little decisions that make up the one big buying decision, and that's this. First, they've recognized that they have a want or a need. That is, I gotta have me a car or a truck. Second, is they've decided on what kind of car or truck it is that they want or need. And that's the third thing they've decided, is the source of that thing that fills the want or the need, which in this case means your dealership. So they've made those 3 decisions before we ever come in contact with them. And the only 2 things remaining for them to consider are price and time. So we know that as they're driving to the dealership, they're talking to each other saying, we ain't buying a car today. We're going to go in there. We're going to get a price, if we can get a price. You remember how tough it was last time. And then we're going to go home and talk about it. Okay? So they agree on this. So when they get to the dealership, if we know that price and time are the issues that they're discussing, we should formulate a greeting that addresses those issues. Welcome. What can I get you a price on today? Now that addresses the price and the time issue in the greeting. It's different than the traditional greeting that you're going to hear most places with, welcome, my name's Mike and yours is. Does nothing for the customer, does nothing for us, so I don't understand why we do it. Customers have changed and evolved. Jackie Cooper himself recognized that you have to change. This greeting, because it's so different, I'll get a laugh out of most customers because it surprises them, but they'll go ahead and tell me what it is that they want. When they do that, I'll follow it up with, perfect, I've got several vehicles for you to consider. And what I'd like to do is, before you leave here today, I'd like to help you pick one of those out. I'll get you a price on it, estimates on down payment and monthly payment, plus what we can pay for your car. How's that sound? So besides essentially telling me what type of buyer I have, their response gives me permission to move on, to go ahead to help them pick out a car and get them a price on it. Those are the 2 absolute essentials we have to have in order to sell a car. We got to have selection and we got to have negotiation. Take one away and nothing's happening. They've given me permission to take them to that point. Okay, so the customer's response will tell me what kind of buyer I've got. If they respond, that sounds great, I know I have a finance buyer with a trade, or they'd have said, I'm paying cash, I don't have a trade. They'd have said something like that. Either way, I've got a great start on my qualifying and profile building because I do know what type of buyer they are. If I had asked the customer directly, How are you going to pay for the car? Do you have a trade-in? You know what kind of response you get to those questions. So don't ask them. The implication is, with the way that I give this statement, is that I'm more interested in being of service than I am in getting something from them. So one last time, the whole thing goes like this. Welcome. What can I get your price on today? Perfect. I have several vehicles for you to look at, and what I'd like to do is, before you leave here today, help you pick one out. I'll get you a price on it, estimates on down payment, monthly payment, plus what we can pay for your car. How's that sound? Don't be afraid of it. Give it a try. See what happens. I guarantee they'll laugh and tell you what they're looking for. After the greeting sequence is the proper time to exchange names, introduce each other. They should not be my first 10 words, but I'll go through that greeting sequence and then it'll be, oh, by the way, my name's Mike, and you are? Now, the only unique thing about the deal is you, the salesperson. A unique greeting will set you apart. So thanks for taking a few minutes to watch this video. I'll be sending out a few more in the future, how to handle price on the lot, how to handle objections, the early trade evaluation, several other things like that. So watch your inbox, and again, thanks for watching.